Hi everyone, welcome in a new episode of Steven's Week, your weekly update on technology, marketing and customer experience. Welcome in this new show. Before we start, I want to apologize because last week I didn't make this video and many people asked me questions about that on Facebook and Twitter. The truth is I was on holiday with my family and then I don't do social media, so I skipped a week, but I didn't announce that, so my apologies for that. And I want to make it up and I want to include the news of last week, so 2 weeks ago for you guys, into this episode. And I think there are 4 items that are worth talking about. And the most important thing is the IPO of Snapchat, Snap Inc., which was a huge success. It went to market at $17 a stock and it increased by more than 40% to 24, and then the other day another 10% to 26, 27, which is totally crazy if you know that they have like a few hundred millions in turnover and no profit at all. So this is weird for many people. Some people say, hey, we're used to that in the technology world. You know, Amazon is hardly making any profit and they have a fantastic track record on the stock market. Salesforce, same thing. How does it go with Snapchat? To be honest, I think this is a more risky bet if you step into this share, because to be really honest, if I look at what Facebook is doing, they're basically literally copying every functionality of Snapchat into a Facebook property, on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on Instagram. And if I look at my own results at Snapchat, I hope you follow me on Snapchat because I need more followers on Snapchat. Because what happened is when Facebook introduced Instagram stories, the number of views that I had on Snapchat got divided by 2, a decrease of 50%, which is a big thing. And I'm afraid that Snapchat will suffer from the head-on competition of Facebook. So maybe I'm wrong, and I started to use Snapchat again because Gary Vaynerchuk told me, he said maybe Snapchat will invent something that will flip the game again. So we don't know what will happen, but at this time, investing in Snapchat, I think it's a big bet. Second thing I want to talk about is YouTube TV. YouTube announced last week that they're going to start with a subscription model for TV content. You will have to pay $35 a month and then you get access to their content. And this is again a head-on attack to traditional TV. And of course, if you look at the evolution, Netflix is in this playing field, Amazon is, Apple is, and now Google, YouTube is entering this field as well. So this is going to be tough for traditional TV. Third thing I want to talk about is what is going on with Uber. If you have been following the news, you probably saw, just like me, that they have been in a number of PR storms in the last few weeks. They had the delete Uber thing related to the Muslim ban of Trump. They had Travis, their CEO, that got attacked because he's in the advisory board of Trump. And now, last week, maybe the worst thing even happened is that Travis, their CEO, was taking an Uber. And what he didn't know is that Uber had a video camera installed and that everything that he said was being taped because he had this discussion with the driver, and the driver said, hey, you're killing me with the price wars. It's really tough on me to be an Uber driver at this moment. And instead of being empathic and listening to the driver, Travis was really full force in offense and he attacked the driver back and used bad language and everything. So that video went viral. And then Travis replied with an email to his entire company saying, okay, I'm going to need support in my leadership now. So this is really interesting to see how things will evolve. So that's pretty bad for Uber, actually. Last thing I want to talk about is a smaller event, but it's one that I really like. Some of you may know that I spent 12 years of my professional life at Insites Consulting, one of the most innovative marketing companies in the world, marketing research companies in the world. It was a blast to work there. And my friends and ex-colleagues, they launched a bot, a market research bot called Galvin this week. And it's really cool because as a market researcher, the most frustrating thing is that you make a cool presentation, you present that to a company, and then they hardly do anything with it. And all those great insights they end up somewhere in a drawer or on an old computer. And the insights aren't used. So it's fantastic what Insites did. They built this bot, it's in beta, and they offer this opportunity to their clients that they can give this bot to all employees of a company, basically, and they can have access to all consumer insights of the last few years in a very customer-friendly way. So that's fantastic, and I think this is how AI, artificial intelligence, can help us to leverage more on data. So I thought that was a cool shout out to my friends of Insites in my weekly video. So, time to talk about this week, and I'm in Berlin right now, and I just read some amazing news. I think this is big news. Maybe you've heard that Amazon Echo was subpoenaed by the FBI to become a witness in a murder trial, and Amazon refused to give that data. And today they decided to open up the data for the FBI, so artificial intelligence can actually be a witness in a murder trial now. This is a big thing because they're giving the police access to private data, because that machine is listening to everything that's happened and it actually heard who killed a murder victim. The reason why they released the data is because the person that is accused for the murder actually asked Amazon to release that data as a proof that he or she didn't do the murder. But this is big. Artificial intelligence becomes a witness in a murder trial. Good news from Estonia. They are the first European country that is allowing tests with driverless cars on their roads. And it's no surprise that it's Estonia. They are already one of the leading digital countries in Europe. And now it's really cool that they are allowing these tests on their roads. The only condition is that there has to be a human in the car for safety reasons, but this is a first step to a driverless Europe. GM announced this week that they're going for unlimited data in their cars. This is a new possibility that they offered their drivers, and it's bringing us another step closer to the connected car. There was news from Kurzweil. I don't know if you know him. He is the chief futurist of Google. He's also one of the founders of Singularity University, and he's one of the really huge believers that computers will outsmart humans, and by 2045 we will reach the singularity point where one computer is smarter than the entire human race. And one of the things that he really believes is immortality. He believes that at a certain moment people will not die anymore. In the past he always said it's going to be 2045. Now he made a new calculation and he thinks that as from 2029, which is in 12 years, we will see the first steps towards immortality. So I am 40. By 2029 I am 52, so that gives them some margin, and I really hope that we will live up to that. But this is probably one of the most scary science fiction related things. But hey, Ray Kurzweil has been right about many crazy scary things before, so I did want to add this to the video. For the first time, New York firefighters have used drones not to fight the fire, but to detect where the fire is. So they release a drone in a building or around a building, and that drone detects where the fire takes place, so that the firefighters can go faster to the real problem zone and hopefully are there on time. Nintendo has a new hit. The Nintendo Switch is the best sold gaming device in the history of gaming devices. The hybrid device that you can both use on a TV screen but also on the road seems to be extremely popular. So congrats to Nintendo again. The wearable market is slowing down, but still, even with the big competition of Apple and Samsung in this playing field, Fitbit is still the largest player in this field. They just released their results and their market share is still the largest, even though their growth is slowing down completely. So it is a question how this market will evolve, but it's fun to see how a relatively small company like Fitbit can stand up against the big ones like Apple and Samsung. Good news from China. They just replaced 70,000 taxi cars and they changed them into electrical cars because, you know, pollution is so bad in Chinese cities that they're taking drastic actions now and they're investing billions to improve that. Google Pay came to Belgium, and as I'm from Belgium, I want to include a Belgium item. So we have Android Pay in Belgium right now, the first mobile payment system in the country. So this was my weekly. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a double episode, so you got twice as much content as usual. I hope you will share it. I hope you will subscribe to the channel, and I wish you a fantastic weekend, my friends. See you next week.